I tried a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon HeartGold using only grass types. This is episode 6 in the miniseries, and I'm about to head into the Elite Four. So if you haven't seen the other episodes yet, check out my channel to go get caught up. Otherwise, let's see if my team has what it takes to beat Will. First up is Will's lead Zati, which should really pose a problem with U-turn. But this thing loves to try and use me first, and that allows Fennel to hit her with Spore before we switch to Chives. She gets off 2 growths before Zati wakes up, and does absolutely nothing with another me first. That allows Chives to follow up with Sunny Day, activating her Chlorophyll ability. Tangraw's speed is now doubled while the sun remains active, and this is a strategy you are going to see me abuse the living daylights out of over the next few minutes. Pun very much intended, by the way. At +2 special attack and with the Chlorophyll boost, Chives swats away his first Xatu, his Jinx, and then his second Xatu, all with a single ancient power apiece. This draws out Executor, who will survive an AP from Chives. And as Chives doesn't have the greatest special defense, I switch to my own Executor, who prevails in the Great Attritional Palm Tree War of 2025. Will's last Pokemon is Slowbro, so Tarragon lands a Leech Seed, as this thing can become a nightmare to take down with direct damage alone if it gets Amnesia and Curse stacked up. Basil the Blossom comes in as Slowbro sets up both Amnesia and Curse, the latter being annoying, seeing as my Flower Princess is running a physical moveset. She puts her foe to sleep before hitting a hard Leaf Blade that takes Slowbro into red health, but sadly not low enough for Leech Seed damage to finish the job. This means that Will uses a full restore, but this merely delays the inevitable as Slowbro finally falls to a Leaf Blade just a few turns later. Now that Will is out of the way, the rest of the Elite Four are mostly physical attackers, so I replace Parsley's Light Screen for Reflect via TM, and then give the Choice Scarf that my mum bought me to Executor, which is an integral part of my Koga strategy. What did I say earlier about being nice to your mum? Well, Scarfed Executor can outspeed and repeatedly land Psychic to Oko Ariados, then Venomoth. So, right, yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. And getting hit by Toxic is really bad news, because Forretress, who Koga sends in next, can survive a hit from Psychic and then Protect Stall to rack up that Toxic damage on Eggy. Protect does mean we get a free switch to Parsley on the next turn, and I try to fish for Paralysis with Body Slam, but Forretress protects itself again. So instead, I switch back to Tarragon, who is no longer locked into Psychic by his Choice Scarf. After tanking Swift, then losing another turn to Protect, Tarragon accomplishes his mission of seeding this annoying bug cannon thing, putting him on a timer. We switch to Basil, who lands Sleep Powder before switching to Fennel, who takes advantage of Forretress being asleep by setting up Swords Dance. Forretress awakens on the next turn and sets up Toxic Spikes, which is pretty annoying, as Fennel burrows underground, ready to put this charade to an end. But then Koga decides he's had enough and orders his Pokemon to explode while Parasect is underground. Not exactly a big brain move. Or was it? As he then sends in his ace Crobat, who can't be touched by my Parasect, whose only attacking move is Dig. Crobat would easily Oko Parasect with a quad effective wing attack, so I switched to Parsley with the idea being to get Reflect up to give my team a fighting chance against this insanely quick, decently bulky Pokemon who quad resist grass type moves. To make matters even worse, Koga loves his ace to use Double Team, which he does twice by the time I switch in Chives. He double teams again while I decide that I'm going to need to put Crobat to sleep to stand any chance here. But of course, Tangraw's Sleep Powder misses. Things are getting desperate now. Crobat sets up another double team, his 4th, while Chives again opts for Sleep Powder. And this time it connects! Way to go, you big, beautiful ball of messy blue vines. We set up Growth to put us in a position to Oko the bat, while thankfully Crobat stays asleep. Crobat won't sleep forever though, so it's about time we start attacking, and miraculously Tangrowth hits an ancient power, which doesn't kill Crobat. Crobat's Citrus Berry activates, thankfully dragging it out of healing range, and it also stays sleeping while Chives sets up Sunny Day. This allows her to outspeed Crobat on the next turn and fire off another AP, but this one misses, and Koga's ace wakes up and hits back with Wing Attack for about 30% of Tangraw's health. Things are looking bleak as we miss another AP, and Crobat brings us into crit range with another Wing Attack. Chives now only has 1 PP for Ancient Power left, so it's quite literally do or die. And my googly-eyed Vine Monster saves the day, hitting through 4 double teams to KO Koga's brutal Bloodsucker. But this is not over yet. Koga still has one more Pokemon, and it's Mug, who has the 120 base power Stab Poison Move Gunk Shot at his disposal. I have to play dangerously here and try putting the Goo monster to sleep, and thankfully Tangrowth does not let me down. But my team is in bad shape and my options from here are limited. I decide that a switch to Fennel is my best bet, so in he comes as Muck continues to snooze. I don't think Dig will Oko Muck without setting up, so I decide on Sword Stance and hope that Muck stays asleep. But alas, he does not. And he also does not miss his 70% accurate gunk shot, which proceeds to take Fennel from full health all the way down to 0. Yikes. Fennel's death does allow me to bring in Tarragon for the revenge kill, which ends the fight, but that was rough. What should have been a 1 Pokemon sweep with Exeggutor has led to the death of a valuable team member, all because of one simple miscalculation. With the bitter taste of a lost team member in our mouths, we heal up and move onwards to our next opponent. But let's be real, this is Bruno, and we don't talk about. Sorry, couldn't resist. And Bruno's team can't resist a Choice Specs boosted Exeggutor wielding Psychic. Well, after Chives brings out the sun for him first. We do need Tarragon's Chlorophyll ability to be active to outspeed Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, who notionally threaten us with Blaze Kick and the Elemental Punches respectively, but once Tangrowth uses Sunny Day, this fight is effectively over. Although the Sun phase after Hitmonchan faints, Bruno's last 2 Pokemon, Onix and Machamp, offer up as much resistance as a digestive biscuit that has been left in a cup of tea for more than 2 seconds. And that brings us to Karen, but also the end of this episode. Will I be able to beat the final Elite Four member and the champion with my remaining team members? You'll just have to join me next time. This is Redvog saying TTFN.